Yeah.
Or so think about it before this internet. If you are selling a food item and you want to reach people, yeah, you can do it through newspaper, through television, yeah. So television, let's say I'm vegetarian, for example, and they're showing me the ad of meat. Not interested. You know, I'm not interested in that. So if I want to sell my food, I want to know few things. Yeah, maybe I need I need some information about your health. Yeah, so if somebody selling me food, look at my health. So they should think about it. Maybe I am worried about my health. Maybe I avoid fatty food. Maybe because I have put so much weight on. So so maybe my preferences are different. Your preferences are different. So if I'm trying to sell you a food item, maybe I just need to know maybe your income, where a rough idea of your income and your maybe ethnic origin, where you've come from, or maybe your beliefs, what you eat, what you don't eat. But a lot of data is coming when you go onto the internet using different platforms. They're collecting your data, and there's a lot of data is there. So we need to choose what suits us. We don't need all of their data, or we don't want to buy all of their data. Companies buy data. You familiar with that? Companies buy data. Yeah. So you have an accident. Do you ever think, how do they know that? The people who are calling you that you had an accident. You do get calls about it, yeah? Sometime it happens, you actually had an accident. Yeah? So how do they know that?
By checking your data. When you sign it, especially when you have a free Wi-Fi somewhere, maybe you log in that's Wi-Fi and then...
Or maybe your insurance. I don't know how they buy that, but maybe because when we buy something, there's a terms and conditions which we don't read, because if we don't accept, they don't give us the product. So you have no choice. Sometimes you do need to buy something. When I go onto my mobile app, banking app, after few days, I see they show the terms and conditions. And do I really have an option to decline? If I decline, I cannot go into my app.
Yeah.
So my money is there. I have to go into the app.
Yeah.
So I have to accept those conditions. Yes, if I don't agree with them or I don't want to be with them, but I have a very limited choice. So sometimes I do read terms and conditions, sometimes I don't. Sometimes we all may do read and sometimes we don't. So, so when we call our insurance company that we had an accident, or maybe an injury lawyer, or so that data, or maybe through your phone provider, so I've recently changed my SIM, my network provider. So I have noticed I'm getting more and more marketing calls now. Yeah? Maybe it's a cheaper one, that's why. When I chose this because I needed an extra SIM, so I thought, why go for this? So I look for a cheapest option. We all look for a cheapest option. We need a cheaper option, especially nowadays. So why not if we can save money? But these cheaper options come with some extra cost. Yeah. So I believe that it's because of the network I changed. I am getting more and more calls. Before I was, this is first time that I hear about these companies calling regarding my, you need life insurance, or you need this, or we're going to be marketing survey since I've changed my network, the network provider. So all of that data being collected, a lot of the data is not required. If I want to sell something to you, and let's say you are 40 years old, for example, yeah, and all I want to know specific things, what you like and what you don't like, yeah. Or if I'm selling an expensive pair of trainers. So I am interested in, can you really afford it or not? Yeah. So what's the point for me? Because if I'm selling expensive jewelry, you know, if you notice, if you go to the rich areas, we call, you know, the closest rich area is, by the way, Slough is rich as well. Yeah. Windsor, Royal Windsor. Yeah. Royal Borough of Windsor and Maidenhead. And if you notice, if you just go into the high street there, look at the shops they have there, the jewelry shops. And you can go to Slough High Street and see what sort of jewelry shops they have there. Yeah.
Slough is very expensive too now.
It's very, no. The Slough is way too expensive. But I'm talking about the buying power of people living there. You know, so people here working, it's a very good, I live in, you know, we all know the property price is going up and all that. It's a good place to live. But do you have thousands of thousands every month after spending all your, you know, do you have that much disposable income where you can go and just buy a ring for your partner or for your wife, you know, without looking at the price? With me, it's not the case. Maybe with you, I don't know. You know, so obviously, when I buy things, I look at the price.
Yeah.
Look at the price tag. Yeah.
Sometimes waiting for discount and
Sorry.
waiting for a discount or Christmas time have a sale.
Waiting for a discount. So another way of selling, you know, a product. Waiting for a discount. So I worked in a company. I'm not going to mention the name of the company here. I worked for the company. People who know me, they know which company I'm talking about. Okay. So I worked for a company. When I started working there, they were selling a bag. A bag, a gym bag, you can say, you know, a small bag where you can keep your products. And that bag was £20 when I joined the company, and when I left that company, they were selling the same bag for £22 with 30% discount. Yeah.
Wow.
So you know, it's an art of you know, selling. You know, they were selling the same bag.
Yeah.
It's like pay two, get one.
Yeah.
Buy one, get one free.
Yeah. Buy one get one free.
Yeah.
Closing down.
Yeah.
All these things. So there's a shop in Slough.
Yes,
I'm not going to mention the name again. You know, for last year and a half or 2 years, I've been going there. First time I went in there, I said to my wife, you know, let's buy something. The shop's closing down. It's still there. You know, so it's fine. It's fine. I mean, if that's how they're saying closing down, but they haven't mentioned the date. You know,
Yeah.
so they're not lying to us, but they're twisting the information.
In some shop when it's, I live in High Street in Slough, and when new shop open, straight away say is a 50% discount, and how? And I see some strange price in here when go to inside. It's not right price.
So this is discount promotions.
Yeah.
So you go to Windsor, and you see, you notice that you can do that. You know,
Yeah.
just go to Windsor, go to the jewelry shop. There are many, and look at the rings they have on display. Yeah. You can tell the difference of the area by just looking at the price and the type of rings they have on display. They don't have same in Slough, because people living there, you know. So it's no point for me selling an item to somebody who cannot afford my item. Yeah. So let's say I'm in pets accessories. By the way, I am in pets accessories. I sell pet accessories. You know. So my focus is people. My focus is to reach out to those people who have pets, who have dogs. You know. So it's no point reaching out to people who don't have dogs. So it's a waste of money. So when I need your data, there's a lot of data is coming through. So data mining is about getting the data you need. Yeah? So getting the data you require, you need for you to sell your product. Customer likes and dislikes. What they like, what they do not like. So this is a science, data science. You know, how to get the data, the relevant data, and use that data to market the business. Yeah? So it all comes under marketing. Now we have the data, And based on that data, we can contact who we wish to contact. And we can leave those people who we do not want to contact. Yeah? So, when you go onto internet, you look for something, you are a student here, yeah? So you're a student in this college, and so you are a student and you go onto internet and you search for something which you need for your activities, the things which students require, yeah? So you go in, you type in there, I need whatever. Just give me example. Normally, what do you buy?
Stationary.
Stationery, yeah? Or maybe a pad, a writing pad, or maybe writing, maybe iPad, or so you go in there, you go onto, you go online and you search for the certain product, and then you see the relevance ad, relevant to that product. Not relevant to, they will not show you most likely, if you, depends how you search, but they're not going to show you something which you're actually not there to buy. Yeah? So, this thing works in a shop, physically when you're selling a product, somebody walks into the shop, and the customer is there only for egg and bread. Yeah? And you keep them right at the back. So think about it when we go into the shop, especially the big names, Asda, Sainsbury, Tesco, these things, these products are most of the time right at the back. You have to find these products. And if you're not regular to that shop, for example, I don't do grocery regularly, so I don't know. Whenever I go into Asda, I have to look for things. So when I'm looking for things, and if I have my children with me, they pick up a lollipop or other things. We end up, I go there just to buy a bread, and I end up buying 2, 3, 4 items. Yeah. So then I'm passing by a cosmetic aisle. Then men's care. Then I see, my aftershave is going to finish. Let's get an aftershave. Or I need. Maybe, I'm not there to buy these products. I'm there to buy a bread, which is right at the back. Yeah? So they make me buy more products. Unless I'm very, obviously we all have other things to do. We do not think that much unless, I say to myself, I promise myself, no, today I'm not going to buy anything. Yeah? Generally speaking, we do that. So here by internet, when you search for something specific, most of the time you see the specific product. Yeah? Because if you are searching for a mobile phone cover, yeah, maybe they show you something which you may like it, but you're actually there to buy a mobile cover, and you will only buy a mobile cover. Yeah? Because if you go into Amazon and you search for a mobile cover, you scroll up and down. There's some clever people who sell they do also advertise relevant products there. So you may buy something relevant to the mobile phone. Most likely you're not going to buy something, maybe a pair of shorts or shirts, so you're there to actually buy this phone cover. So you can target, you can contact who you wish to contact, and the rest of the information, the data the companies have, there's no use of it. Maybe it's useful for somebody else, another company. So using digital marketing, using internet, you can target who you want to target. And at the end, what we said earlier, it's a philosophy. It's art of, marketing is an art of providing the right product to the right customer at the right time. So when you have all this information, yeah, so you're able to deliver the right message on the right platform at the right time. Yeah? Now, when we talk about, let's discuss some examples about digital marketing. As we said earlier, we discussed earlier that when we go online, we look for certain products. We go online, we dare for a mobile phone cover. Yeah. Now, take this example that, by the way, if you don't mind me asking, what do you work, sir? Are you working? Are you working? What do you do?
I work in the automotive.
Automotive. You, sir?
Yeah.
Are you-
Delivery driver.
Delivery driver. You, madam?
Full-time mom. Full-time mom.
Okay.
and working.
You're busy.
I work as a support worker.
Support worker.
Support.
Support worker, yes. So let's say you want to build a business, you want to sell something online, yeah? Or maybe you do not have the skills to sell them, but still you can do that. How? Let's take this example. Now, somebody needs a carpet fitter, yeah, in the area. So most likely, according to Statista.com, so $302 billion will be spent on marketing in 2023, and out of that, approximately 200 will be spent only on digital marketing. Yeah. So,
Or just in UK?
sorry,
Just in UK?
no, all over the world. I believe so. So now 73% things which people buy, they buy using by using e-commerce. 73% of the customers, when they buy things, that's how they buy. Yeah? So now somebody needs a carpet fitter. I need a carpet fitter, or you need a carpet fitter. Those days have gone where you could still people do that. I'm not saying all the traditional approaches are not there anymore. There are people who don't use mobile phones. So 73% of people are using these channels. So there are other 27% as well. So there are people who not very good at using mobile phone. Now, if you think about your grandmother or your mother or your father, are they very good at it? Maybe they're not good at as you are. Yeah. So before living in the local area, when I came to this country, anything we needed, we would just go onto Yellow Pages and look for a number there. Yeah. So now, if you need a carpet fitter, what can you, how you get, so let's say for example that you need a carpet fitter, what would you do?
Google it.
Google it. Most likely, Google it. Yeah. So we go onto the Google, we put carpet fitter in Slough.
No,
Then
the number's gonna come up.
numbers gonna come up,
The
different
guy
companies
come
gonna come up, yeah, and you select that company, and then you call them, and then they come and they do the work for you. That's how it works nowadays. So now let's say I want to set up a business. I want to set up a business digitally, digital marketing. Let's say if I go to all the carpet fitters in Slough and I say to them, I bring you work, you pay me this much money. They're not going to say yes straight away, because even today, people or businessmen, they take marketing as an expense. It's not an expense, it's an investment. Yeah? Marketing is an investment, as same as you're investing in the shop, same as you're investing in other assets. Marketing is an investment, and if you take it as investment, it pays you back. If you look at it as an expense, then you say, okay, I've already spent a lot, so why spend more? You take it as an expense, so you manage yourself. Think about your general life. When we are working, the lot of money coming in, the times are, you're busy. You may, and during your break, you may go and spend 10, 20 pounds on lunch. Doesn't bother you, yeah. And let's say work is down. You're not making good money, and in future you will not have more work coming. Then you say, okay, you know what, it's better to bring food from home rather than going out there. Because nowadays, if you just walk out there, I was there this morning in the high street, you know, I was there just for breakfast. It was not breakfast time, it was a kind of early lunch, you know. But I ended up spending about 35 pounds just on a breakfast. You know, it's gone, you know, the price, and we know that, you know, it's gone up,
Yeah.
and everything has gone up. So now, you go to so you want to set up a business as a carpet fitter. You know, you go to these people, they may, most likely, they're not going to say to you, okay, you know, we give you this much money, yeah, and you bring us the work. So why not, you know, that you invest some money and then set up a business and use them. How? How can we do that? For example, you know how to put ad. So there are two ways of selling online, digital marketing, organic and inorganic. Organic is through SEOs and inorganic is being through marketing. So you have a little bit knowledge of this, how does it work, this carpet fitter business. You know, you set up a website or you go onto Google, you know, using search engine optimization, you set up an ad there, yeah, or when people look for carpet fitter in Slough, so you come in number top 3 or 4, yeah, people click onto your ad, yeah, and you have an ad there, the cheapest in Slough, free estimates, yeah. So now people call you, you have arranged somebody already. You know, you go to the shop, the carpet shop or carpet fitter, and you say to them, okay, you know, whatever business I bring it to you, yeah, you give me 20% or 40% or 25%, yeah, they will happily do that. So now you are going there, you have some carpets, you have a book. Normally the carpet is like a big book, you know, you go there, you show, you know, obviously you know how to talk, you must have some skills, you know. So you go there, you show to the customer. So actually what you're doing, you just put an ad there. You are not actually a carpet fitter. You're using somebody here, but they do not know how to sell on internet. You know that. Yeah? So why not use them? Because you know how to sell online.